Welcome to Gone Rollin, where we all use our degrees to play some D&D. Enjoy our shenanigans, but first, roll the intro. Welcome back. This is the beginning of a brand new campaign called Heart of the Forge. This is the first episode, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll explain everything as we continue. All right.
Lord of time.
Yeah, I know. Once upon a time, in a distant land known as Hythea, where magic was not yet completely in the hands of mortals, lied a fairly sized city upon the western coast of a sprawling continent in the world. The great city was known as Coropole, named for its first queen, Cordelia the Blue-Scaled, after she enforced a monarchy upon the weakened druid circles 1,739 years ago. Cordelia believed in the radical idea that magic did not have to be gifted to the mortals by gods or devils and pacts. No, that it could be taught. She might have been a sorceress herself, but she saw the potential, the political potential, that such a change would bring. This idea was created by someone known as Velnia, a human mage across the sea. Her ideas spread across to the opposite continent, roughly about 50 years after it happened. She convinced a few dragons to teach her magic, not through a pact, but through genuine education. Cordelia, what mattered to her was again the power. She's a very powerful woman, convinced essentially everyone one by one to be on her side versus the druid circles that were powerful in this area. See, this area that you guys are in currently was once ruled by a circle of druids founded by a man known as Van Lander 3,000 years ago. Well, actually, 4,000. I promise, I know my own lore. These people, one day Van Lander suddenly died, vanished, who knows, and his remaining followers, his close-knit group, created 4 different towns based on different types of existence, different belief systems that they had. The 4 elements, so we know them. So one of the far north city, Parvan, was named for fire. The far eastern city, Wolven, was named for the ground. Kirvin, the far southern city, for air. And the far western city, Floven, for water. But of course, Cordelia changed that a little later on. Reset the calendar, did a whole thing, got rid of the whole druids in that area. Pretty simple, pretty clean. And now...
The way you're making me feel.
The way you're making me feel. And with the changing calendar, dozen treaties later, a lot of shifting cultures, etc., etc., the people of Floven now call themselves the people of Coropolis, or Coropole. I messed up. You
start a counter?
I should start a counter.
Coropole counter, Coropolis counter.
That's the first time I've actually messed up, so that's crazy.
I know.
I did it on camera.
We did you.
Brian's fault.
It's Ryan's fault. Okay. To the far north lies the Radiant Empire. It is ruled by brilliant golden elves. What is it ruled by, Ryan? What is the Radiant Empire ruled by?
Elves?
Mm-hmm. But what color?
Golden.
Amazing.
They're the sun elves.
Yes.
Piss colored elves.
Oh my god.
Those pissed
They
elves.
are ruled by brilliant golden elves, whose emperor is said to be married to the sun herself, Balani.
Wow.
To the even farther north is a region that has towering pyramids that seem to grow out from the ocean itself. A great arc, almost, is formed by growing walls around the city-state of Paradune.
We know.
Over the great city of Karopole and its 3 sisters, radiating outward just enough to brush the side of the Elven Empire, lies a mist. A great invisible mist that has either cursed or blessed the people of this land. The Hexfield. Many a creature amongst this land feels its touch. Their hair changes, their skin, their teeth, their hands, their eyes, their hearts, their minds, their spirits. All can be altered by the touch of this magical blanket. We have a few people that are touched by the Hexfield in our party, but that's not abnormal. Again, it is pretty normal for people to be altered by this magic in the air. The current king of Karopole, Yavin, and his wife, Brinalea, no, not you, but someone close to you, would be more inclined to believe this to be a curse. Or perhaps they believe they've just been cursed in general. The two have been married for almost 10 years now, and with every attempt at an heir, death comes for them. One after the other, they fell in strange ways. And with most recently, when the king's brother, Jacob, tried to take the throne and Yavin allowed him to, only a few days before it went through, he too fell to illness. With all options of any sort of heir being out the window, the king and queen are very troubled. The two had to be cursed of some kind. Something must be done. The people are confused and afraid and nervous for the future. Today, in this moment, is Molter III of 1738. Today is about 27 days until New Year's Day. An old human woman hunches over in a crowded lower city, Misstown. This is in the southern area of Karopole. She slithers through the streets looking for a specific person. She's going and going and going throughout different seas of people. And she meets his eyes, only speaking to him with a glance. He knows. And all this information is flooded in. She turns away and sets eyes on her true target, the upper city. Going backwards a little bit, in the calendar, not calendar, in the map. Maps and calendars are different things. Fun fact.
It's a map for time.
It's a map for time. You use it, yeah.
Time map.
Further north, not far enough to be in Sun Elf territory, but just a little bit north of Parven, we go to the town of Almuna, just for a moment. And we set our scene in a little bit of an afternoon. There's a bunch of a little pack of gnomes and halflings, a small family that live out on a beautiful farm. Think about if you've ever seen like a hill country with beautiful
Texas.
green shrubs, yeah, and
Texas Hill Country, baby.
yeah, blue
That's where we are.
flowers and just beautiful upon the area. We go to this family having a lovely little time. A little time. You're actually packing up some things. It's it's winter right now, and you're just going through a lot of your rations for the winter, pickling some stuff, getting some new things. And your mother, Faye, is helping. Well, you guys are all kind of doing this together as a family activity, and you're dicing up vegetables and putting them away, figuring out how much vinegar you need, all that type of stuff. And she looks at all this and, kind of, there's just so much of this. There's so much of it. We really did nail that harvest this year.
Right? I mean, I feel like this is one of our best yet.
I know.
It's
it's almost like I think we'll have some left over by the end of this time. Maybe, I don't know. Because when you go to, because I want you to go to Cropla, later, when you usually do, a little in the beginning of the next month. You need to, maybe you could bring these to sell or something.
I mean,
some of them, because I don't know about you, but we keep getting artichokes. I don't know about you, but I'm not the really biggest fan of them.
I'm
You
not.
like artichoke?
There's only so many times you can have artichoke dip. There's only so many times. Apparently, we've got an artichoke lover in this room.
Now you have to bring it to the city.
Yeah,
Bring me an artichoke.
we're gonna. Yeah, I'll bring some. I'll bring some with me. I don't. Is there like a place that you go to sell it, or do I just sell it at the back of my cart?
No, you would know that
An artichoke.
anytime you go to the city of Corople,
Okay.
you would take the road in from Parvin. Like, so you would go from Almuna to Parvin and then go to Corople.
Sorry.
And when you go in there, there are different types of trading guilds that you go into, and you're the one that you would go to. Let me look at my giant map of the city, guys. I worked so hard on this. You would absolutely not be allowed to do the upper traders hall. You might be able to do the low or mid traders hall, so you'd have to go a little bit out of the ways because the road from Parvin into Corople leads into the upper city, so you'd have to travel through, but you couldn't go.
They're like,
anything.
can you imagine? They're like, you're in the upstairs. Keep it moving, ma'am.
Keep
You gotta
it
go
moving.
down. You keep going.
Yeah, so you could go to the south or west gate, and then whichever one you'd prefer. Sometimes you go to the low traders hall, mainly because the woman in charge of that hall, who's an Owlin woman, you know her. She is very sweet and not as scary as the other one.
I'll go to that one.
Yeah. So keep that in mind where you usually go to.
Low Traders Hall. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Your sister, Celine, comes in, and she's like, hey, just asking,
Yeah.
are we gonna eat this squash? Cause, I really hope not, cause I knocked it over, and now it's, usually, it's on the ground, it's, you can wash it, the pigs might have gotten a hold of it.
Well, okay. Well, it's fine. I mean, how
But
much?
hey, at least we have some more artichoke.
How much squash? Only just like one, or oh boy. Oh no! Don't get out the deep.
The first roll, everybody. How much squash?
Oh no.
Did she knock into the pig pen?
Maybe the half of the barrel.
Oh my god, Celine, y'all.
See, this is why I don't usually do the heavy lifting. But Byron says that I need to do it sometimes. And you see your brother, your younger brother, they're all younger.
I was like, I think.
Your brother, who's a halfling, he comes up and he's carrying stuff pretty
Yeah,
normally.
right, sure.
Stuff. And he's like, I just told you to carry it for a second. Hold it while I carry the rest of the stuff in. He sets everything down and shoos the pigs a little bit. He grabs. Okay, he was able to rescue a little more of it.
All right. Well,
We're
that's
just gonna have to wash these. Celine,
Oh, God.
Celine, go.
do some.
Celine, go make yourself pretty and
Go
stupid
make yourself
somewhere else.
pretty.
Go make yourself pretty stupid somewhere else.
All right. Goddamn. There's no calling for names. All right. I'm just. It'll be all right. We just got less squash.
Your youngest brother Paul, who's been helping, been helping your mom over on the other side. He's like stuff. He's like, I was actually looking forward to eating squash.
Well, we still got squash, just not as much.
I know, but oh well, it's okay.
I know you like your squash, Paul. Calm down. We're still gonna have some squash.
All right.
It hasn't all been like, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
Mm-hmm. Out of all the animals that continue to peck and eat at the squash outside, a little bird-shaped someone,
Oh boy.
flies from the top and just starts pecking at the squash. Maybe pecks at the pigs.
No, get out of the pig pen.
Here, let me get my.
Ow.
I'm never gonna get over this.
Stay out of the pig pen. It's dangerous.
I need like an actual bird. I need like a bird.
A stuffed bird.
Stuffed bird. Not him. Not him. Anyway.
We have one. I think it's in Halloween decorations.
Oh snap! You're right.
No.
Anyway,
Just have to go
Hey,
find
next
it.
time, I guess.
next time. Pecks at it. Goes.
I'll get you your own food. I get him some whatever bird food that I feed him,
Mm-hmm.
like specials.
You sometimes feed him like the seeds and the peppers to make sure it's not someone doesn't have the highest spice tolerance. So sometimes you don't put those in with the stuff. So you keep those like spicy seeds out because birds can't taste spice.
Fun fact.
So they.
All right.
There's a fun tip if you want to keep birds out of or squirrels out of your bird feed. You put little spicy things in there. Anyway,
yeah, I'll feed him something special.
mm-hmm.
All right.
It's special.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And so, and then I keep going about like getting everything like kind of packed away where we need it, stored, stuff like that. Just go around doing things, preparing some of the artichoke, however much we want to sell, to be sold.
Mm-hmm. There are a few more vegetables, here and there that you kind of box up. Some just to sell, some to keep, yada yada yada. But it's only the beginning of Malta. It's the third. You don't really have to worry too much just yet. Maybe towards the end, but it should be fine.
All right.
If anything, you'll be able to make some more coin while you're getting supplies next time.
All right. Perfect.
See? Okay. We leave Almuna, and there, Kyrna. Oh, right. What do you look like, Kyrna?
I am.
What does Kyrna look like?
I am a gnome. I'm about 3'5". I've got let me look at my little. She's about 53. She's got long, dark brown hair. She's tan. She's got like reddish brown eyes. Stand on tiptoes a little bit. I will go ahead and say this now so that we kind of understand. Kyrna goes by she, they, he pronouns, so just so everyone here understands. And then, dark pants, a shirt, the kind of general basic work outfit, big work boots. Kyrna also has a tail. Long and thin with a little poof of dark fur, kind of like a lion's tail. And like clawed hands. And like the hint of like tiny little, sharp teeth, fangs in, their mouth. and kind of the hint of an ungnomish slit to the pupil. Kind of
Hex field.
The hex field.
The hex field.
The hex.
The hex.
The hex. Anyways, and yeah, that's Chironist.
So we leave Elmuna, now for real, and we fly back overhead, back to Karopole. Speaking of the Traders Hall, Traders Guild, we go to our next character, an Owlin man by the name of Fallon. He's wandering around doing his usual work.
I'm going to give a really brief description of my character.
Mhm.
So I, of course, like Hope said, I'm an Owlin man, about 5'5" in height. I have black feathers all over me, although some of them are like white feathers kind of dotted in to kind of make like a very faint but a speckled pattern in a bit of way. When you would see him, you wouldn't be able to easily tell his age. Because again, most of you guys would not have seen Owlin. They're not common to the city. So it's hard to discern his age, but especially with him, he looks a bit more, not sickly, but he shows more age than you'd think he might. He's a bit hunched over. He does have a walking stick that he does keep in his left hand that he uses to help himself move along. Under his eyes, they are a little bit dark and baggy, as if he hasn't gotten the best sleep in the world. He does wear like this priest wear. So around his neck, he does have this draping sash that's kind of like a vestment sash. That's this like light pastel green. And with that, he's wearing these like sort of short robes that are this dark gray and whitish color with like the white trims. And kind of emblazoned on like his shirt underneath that would be the emblem for Eberkin.
And just for, I'm going to give some background information. Eberkin is the god of the dead. He's associated with death, but also peaceful death. He's often one that you pray to or go to if there is like a funeral service or anything of the sort. His little symbol looks a bit like the face of an isopod. At least I always thought it did. And his colors are like a light green, almost grayish. And the building that in this city that you would worship him at, and honestly any city that has a temple of Eberkin, is called the Mortuary. Mortuary.
Keep the roaches in there.
Keep the roaches in there. Ugh. Bugs are sacred to those who follow Eberkin, for they are the ultimate cleaners. They will come and recycle your flesh. Quite literally. There's a common belief system surrounding that, but we'll get to that another time, perhaps.
Yeah.
But as we come to you, what are you doing? What would you like to be doing?
I'm probably just leaving the Temple of Hexalti, actually. I'm probably just leaving there. I had recently probably helped with a sort of like a food bank where I was helping to cook and distribute some food out to those that needed it. And I probably have I probably have a little bag with me as I'm leaving. It has like 2 little things of food inside it.
That's good.
We're gonna drop one off by someone who is also in who's also in Midmore. This elder woman that I would know who can't really get out to the temple to get some of this food, so I'm gonna bring some to her. And then after that, I'll probably head to the low trading halls.
Okay.
Because I definitely know someone there who definitely forgot their lunch at home.
All right. Here we go. Okay.
So after I leave and say farewells to everyone at the temple, I'll go ahead and begin to hobble my way downtown.
Making my way down,
Making my way
not
downtown.
walking fast.
Hobbling.
Hobbling just a little
fast.
bit.
As I
Hobbling
can.
just a little bit. Because someone has a walking stick. Someone has a walking stick. You continue on to the Low Traders Guild Hall, and this place is usually actually pretty busy, but not nearly as busy as the middle city one, which is like right on the cusp. The Mid Traders Hall is further north just a little bit. That's where most people that come in and out go. But the Low Traders Hall, there's usually quite a few people trying to haggle for various different things to get set up for businesses. The business licenses always are in and out in this place. Because this is where people, if they want to open a business in Misttown, they can go there. If they want to sell things to stores and stuff to sell, etc., they talk to this woman who is the head of this traders hall, the specific one. Valeria, correct? That's her name?
Valeria.
Gotcha. She's busy probably right now, writing few things down, taking a sip. She's this beautiful Owlin woman that is fully dressed in the very nice wear, not too elegant, not like too fancy, but a nice, respectable clothing. She's like a little snowy owl, right? Very, very pretty Owlin lady. She's getting ready all of her stuff. She hears the back door open, which is usually employees only.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of hear the door getting creak open. I just.
Huh? One moment. Hold on. Shh. Oh, hello, darling.
Hey, Mom. Busy
Hello.
as ever, I see.
Oh, yes. There's so much that just needs to be worked because, there's so many things need to be redone before the new year. And, there's so many contracts that need to be brought up. And there's so many things that need to be redone. And I don't know. Oh, is that food for me?
Yes, it seems you are busy enough this morning to miss your food.
I know. I looked in my usual spot of where I place it, and it wasn't in there. Oh, I'm so glad that you remembered, darling.
Of course. You work hard enough as it is.
Thank you.
Yes, this is from the Temple of Hexalty. It is a pumpkin stew.
Oh.
It still has some pumpkins left over from the fall festival.
Oh, I know. We've been trying to sell so many. Even in Misttown. So, she opens there's like a pantry door, essentially, that is a giant closet of things that are overstocked. And there are little tags, like little rune tags, that cause temperature changes in a specific area. And there's a bunch of frost ones. And in this room, there's so much produce, but like pumpkins and such like that. As you can see,
Any artichokes?
there are no artichokes.
All right, they're my end.
Prime
My end.
You got artichokes.
They have a need. I have supply.
Because, bless, there's a lot of, usual people that come in with their harvests and stuff. And then there's, of course, all the imports we get sometimes from Almuna and oh gosh, what's the one that I just recently got? Oh, and then she kind of waves her little feathered hands over to another section, and it is 2 giant crates that are still sealed, and they're from Yonide, which is just north of Croplight, over to the left. We just got those in, and the men carrying them said that they were heavy. I have not tried to open them yet, and I was not asking you to open them, but I am so frightened to open them. 1, they're heavy. 2, it shakes every now and then.
Oh.
I don't know if a critter has gotten in, or if... I don't know.
Little possum might have gotten in.
I hope it's a possum. And so another few employee comes in. It's this very like kind of tall looking guy. You want me to open that, boss? Actually, yes, Dallin, do you know where the crowbar, where did the crowbar go? You can probably find.
You keep it next to your desk. It's under the mountain of paperwork.
Right. And she picks up all this paper and just boom, 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 reset, set. Ah. There it is. There you are. He takes it. He opens up these boxes. Is it a possum? That's a D10. Where's my D12? There it is. A 20. 20. 20 is a number that exists. That's a natural 20.
Is that good or bad for us? Does it mean I'm spot on, or does it mean I'm so far off?
I'm gonna rule that he opens up. It's the usual amount of iron ingots and all this type of other metal stuff. That's why it was so heavy. And then inside, 2 little eyes, another set of eyes. And then they just kind of possums. Die!
Possums galore!
Yoink. There we go.
Are these invasive?
And chaos slightly ensues of trying to catch them, and your mother flutters. I wish they would just check the boxes before they get
Is there
here.
like a window nearby?
Yeah, there's a window.
I'll just kind of quickly open a window, and just using Druidcraft, I'll just kind of just make it so little against the wind to try to nudge them that way, like getting close.
As you're doing it gently, the other guy that works here. We're gonna see. Is he an expert? He keeps trying to bonk them with it, and then he's trying to like a
Over
what is it? Like a golf when you like
a golf swing.
trying to swing them out of the window. It's not working, and hits it against the window thing.
No.
But possums they were going to the window, and they're spooked by that, and they jump off the window, and now they're on the desk.
Oh no.
Scurry. Let's try again. Oh, but I need to change die, guys. Okay. I'm gonna say eventually they get the possums out at the expense of a few papers and documents that
They really should have checked those crates before they turned them in.
I wish they did too.
A lot of TSA here.
But you know they won't.
They won't.
They will. They would. If it wasn't this one. I'm so... You've already heard my rant.
Yes, I have.
My rant.
And thank you, Hector. Thank you for opening the crate.
No prob, boss.
No problem, boss.
Leaves.
My work here is done.
You didn't do anything!
I'll start picking up some of the papers that might have fallen off.
Thank you, darling.
I know I've told you this before, and you're probably tired of hearing it. Really should get an assistant to help you in here. I know you're like doing it all yourself, but you have a mountain of paperwork. It's not getting smaller.
I know, but the problem is that if I want something done correctly, I have to do it myself. Remember, I tried to have an assistant a couple times. They just kept doing it wrong. And I would explain, and it wouldn't get any better.
You just have to find the right person. Paperwork's just getting higher and higher. When was the last time you took a break? You got some
What
memories.
year is it? How old's your brother?
How old's your brother?
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh, he's 17.
18 years since I took a break. I'll be fine.
You're gonna work yourself to death.
But it's working. I haven't died yet.
Girl, are you okay?
Listen, darling. I know it's very difficult. It's been on you just as much as it's been on me. But it's right now, we're here. We're doing the best we can, and you have become such a help. Not just here with me, but to this city. I'm sure there are many people that I can't even name off the top of my head that are so appreciative of you, and probably of me too. Because I'm pretty sure the last person that was here... And she looks off to the side, and we can cut to like a little flashback, just for a moment, of the last guy that used to work here getting thrown off the side of the docks. Flashback to her.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if Patrick's okay, but he's probably not.
Is that guy that got thrown off the docks?
Yeah.
I don't think he's okay.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Maybe he floated across the sea or something. Anyway.
Yeah,
But you're a little bit of a
You
what?
cut.
Listen,
You cut.
your desk is a bit of a mess. Step onto the balcony for like 5 minutes, get some air. I'll get this at least put back how you like it.
All right. She does this to your face, you know, like the.
Oh, you're such a mama's boy.
I love you too.
No,
Now
she-
go, take a break.
Yeah, she goes onto the balcony.
Yeah,
It's like, oh.
Does she have a hair? Does she wear her hair in a low side pony?
She's a bird.
I know.
Does she wear her feathers?
She wears
Does she
her
have
feathers
feathers?
in a sideway. Maybe.
No!
Yep,
Maybe.
I've seen him.
All of our moms wear their hair in a low side pony.
My mom does not. That's why she's gonna live. What? Well, you know what? Is
You
there
don't know
wood
what
in
how
here?
she
I don't-
used to
I don't
wear her
think
hair.
Is there
Felix's
wood
does
in
either.
here?
I don't think Felix's does either.
There we go.
Oh.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, I am super. I'm still a little.
Superstitious.
I'm a little. I'm like, you gotta cover all the bases.
There's no wood in this
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As she steps out, I'll begin to
There is no.
reorganize some work
smoke for you.
papers, put things aside, take notes of some things that she's not needing to be doing right now.
Hmm.
I know people here that can actually get some work done, so I'll just see what needs to be done. I can take off her plate and just
Hmm.
give it to some other people. I
Gotcha.
know who's reliable here, even though she
Awesome.
doesn't want to admit it sometimes.
That's good. As you do that, you take notes.
The budget report from last year. It was
And
right.
your mother takes some water outside and watches as the waves flow in and crash on against the sides and stuff, because this specific trader's hall is right on the kind of bank area for the river of Floven, so she can see a beautiful view of the river and all that good stuff. But she's taking it in, taking a breather, because she knows she can trust her son.
Yeah, also, I'm not going to let her back in until she takes a breather.
That's true. As we leave, is there anything more you want to do?
I'll clean it up, and eventually, after I'm done helping her, I will go take Yolanda, the old woman, her food down in this town.
Nice. She's very appreciative. As we leave that scene, we go further north into the city, a little bit further into the upper city specifically. One moment, let me get my notes. Oh my gosh, where did it is? I couldn't find it. Ah, there we go. Okay. As we go into the upper city, we go a little bit more inward past Waterflow Temple, further in past Aquamarin, which is the southern upper city, nestled into the center almost of this area is Water's Edge Castle.
Oh.
And inside these castle walls is a woman by the name of Philo, trying to do her hair at the moment.
And struggling.
Pretty much.
She's like slowly just braiding. And then as she gets like to the end, she misses a piece and it'll just, as her hair is very curly and not right now wanting to be managed to save her life.
Here, I'm gonna take this moment to try to find another song. Sorry, Stuart, I tried to do it for you and then it just didn't.
You're fine.
Do you want me to describe a character while you do?
No. There we go.
Roll
Okay.
initiative.
Sister.
She's like relatively pale, but not like super dark. More of like a pinkier tone than I am. Green eyes, like very, very vibrant green emerald eyes. They're very beautiful. And she has like curlier hair, not like super curly, but we don't have anybody in our friend group that has that kind of level of curly hair. Never mind. Relatively. And it's about like this long-ish, so like mid shoulder blades, I guess. And she usually keeps it like mostly down, except for two parts that are braided into the front, where she has like little flowers on them. And she typically likes to wear like greens and purples, very nice, flowing, lots of layers for all of her stuff. But it all kind of incorporates into this nice, really seamless outfit. And is wearing some like gold jewelry. Has like a beautiful necklace and stuff on right now as she's continuing to struggle with her hair and swearing up a storm.
Can you roll a d4 for me?
3.
Okay. 1 second.
Oh boy.
Okay. As you're trying to do your...
freckles.
Wait, she does have freckles.
She does have freckles.
As she's doing her hair, she's trying to get everything to work. All of a sudden, she's... Oh no. Rose petals start falling out of your hair. And your hair goes to a bright red. And you can see your skin flaring up in little patches as a little bit of green tints. Just a little bit. But not completely. But on your hands, it's dark green on your fingertips. And little spikes went straight through your nice little dress. And it's all just crashing down around you.
So, now? Why now of all... I can't go out like this. I'm... Damn it all.
As the flower petals hit the ground and your dress gets caught on some things, and as you try to maybe stand up and
Brush off, like, some of the flower petals and stuff, and maybe try to see if she can, like, get it to go away.
Slap the thorns.
Ow. Ow.
No, yeah, it hurts, but she's like, go away. Stop.
Your hands do kind of get scratch and have, like if you did that to like an actual rose vine, it would hurt. So you kind of scratch yourself, but it's worth it trying to get it to go away. This strange thing that's happening. You are not the... Excuse me? It's one of the maids.
Is this one, would this be a maid that she trusts, or is this just some random maid?
Probably... You haven't been here for too long, so it's... She has good energy, but probably not enough to tell her what's going on.
Gotcha. I will be right there in a moment. Give me just a moment. I'm in the middle of changing.
Do you need any assistance, ma'am?
No. I'm fine.
All right. Well, be out here, but your sister wanted to talk with you for a moment.
Could you tell her that I am?
She. Can I?
No.
She's having you.
No, I do not want. That is Rosalie. Hi, Rosalie.
Hi,
Hi,
Rosalie.
Rosalie.
Hi, Rosalie.
Wrong time period. Go back.
I don't need her. I don't need help. But could you possibly tell her that? Oh gosh, what phrase would she use with her sister about this?
See
I have to talk about something regarding our brother. A brother.
I was not aware the queen had. Oh, it. All right, I will. And she scurries off.
Because I mean, she would know. Hey, they don't have a brother, but hey, that's.
You probably could have said like you're trying some new rose perfume as the signal of like, hey, the petals are happening again.
She's not doing okay right now. She's panicking.
Yeah. If we just for a moment, you look at yourself in the mirror, and as you try to calm yourself down, can you roll a d20 for me
Yes, I can.
and tell me the outcome?
16.
Okay. So, taking a second, looking at yourself, not now. You looked up, not now. And you're calm down, everything seems to be flowing back to normal. Everything flows. Your skin maybe still has a slight green to it, but in like a minute or so it'll go away. The thorns are gone. Your hands are still a little scratchy, but it's fine.
It's fine. That's good. That's good. She kind of like brushes her hands and goes and grabs like some like nice calming balm that she's gotten at this point and just kind of rubs her hands so that it helps stop any little bits of scratches or any bleeding that might have happened and just make it so that it's not noticeable anymore.
So as you exit the room, you know exactly where your sister would have wanted to meet.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk towards, it's just a little section of the castle that overlooks a garden on the inside. It's a pretty nice little room, very private.
Mm-hmm.
Private. What's your passive perception?
I believe it's a like 16 or something. Hold on, it's loading. Bad thing about using a cheap computer is it takes forever to load. It's a 16.
Okay, that's what I thought. So as you're walking, and you know that there are different rooms that she has kind of like taken as her like study room, or this is where she goes for this, etc. I mean, they have the whole castle. She can deem whatever room she wants, really, to be whatever. One of these rooms is on the way there, and it's a room that seems to be, she usually writes in there. She keeps a lot of mail and books and stuff like that she doesn't necessarily want anyone else necessarily to see, and it's usually locked.
That's the first bird I've
I
heard in this
know,
room.
they're really zooming out there.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway.
That bird is not me, I promise.
Who knew corn chip was here?
Oh shit. Anyway, things she doesn't want to necessarily share, and it's usually locked. Even you haven't gone in there. But just by passively looking, it's not locked. There's like a little open. It's a little open.
She's just gonna like just quietly just knock on it.
No answer.
She kind of just
Peeks.
pushes and tries to see. if Naya's in there?
Naya is not in here. It's a very kind of smallish room, so you could clearly see. If she was hiding or something, no, there's no room for that.
She definitely looks a little worried now, because knowing this room's never open is like, she kind of takes a walk in and kind of just looks around to see if there's anything weird, anything out of place, anything like, because she might not have ever been in there. I'm assuming though she might have caught in glimpses, like if her sister came to the door and like opened it whenever she was trying to find her. Does anything seem like it's been weirdly put out of place, or like somebody was in here that maybe wasn't supposed to be in here or anything?
You can do an investigation check for me.
Yes, I can. Oops. Investigation. That's an 18.
18. All right. So you would know that there's some plants in here. There's like a small little window, and she purposely put plants like near this window. For right now, Rose is still mechanically active.
Yeah.
Just thought to remind you of that. So plants are up there. There are some open books, some books that you aren't quite familiar with. You've never studied magic, never thought to study it, but when you're looking at this, it looks like something very expensive, like a book that someone, like a series of books really, of varying different rarities.
I will correct you. She did read into magic,
Okay.
so she does know basics.
Okay, this is not basic. This is like kind of fabled teach yourself magic, kind of like wizardry. What we would call is wizardry, not druidic. Illegal. Suspicious.
Gotcha.
There are some piles of that, but then there's also piles of stuff that you would have known, so like druid magic, all kinds of stuff. And because you rolled an 18, there are a few letters that you also see, like the drawer off to the side is kind of ajar, and there are some letters in there from your mother. You recognize her handwriting anywhere, and also she has like a specific seal that she seals everything in, because now she's the queen's mother, and yes, I must have my own seal, darling.
I mean,
like
I
she
would
kinda-
too. Just saying.
And so there's that, and a lot of this magic, if you want to do a further investigation to see what kind of overview it is, you can, but I'll leave, that's kind of what the scene is.
she's actually, knowing that she just had a flare-up and that her magic is still lingering, is gonna actually look to the plants and go, so, has anybody weird been in here at all?
Can you roll a persuasion for me?
Oh, yeah.
14?
14. Okay. Let's see.
You.
This plant looks kind of like a, oh gosh. What plants exist, guys? What plants
What are
exist?
plants?
Because I have it in my mind. Like,
What do you want it to look like? I might tell you.
Lavender.
No!
Aloe vera.
it's like one of those creeping vines, kind of esque.
The spider ones? Or...
Yeah. It's kind of like
So I will say it's
one
funny.
of these indoor plants. One of those indoor babies.
I will say it's kind of funny because I think one of them's actually called a philo.
Oh, is it? It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Aww.
I mean, it has a longer name, but the beginning of it is like philo. Da 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 da.
It's like one of those
Aw.
generic vine long house plants that some people have. And it does not magically like have a mouth or something. It
No.
psychically tells you.
It's like...
It's I have to make a distinction, okay? I have to clarify the plant is not magical.
Yeah.
It is the ability.
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't necessarily speak to you in complete words, but it does just give you images in your head of your sister sitting down writing and looking worried. But she always looks worried. She's always looked worried ever since she left home. Like, that's just kind of her normal face. But as she's writing, she leaves. A maidservant leans in, says something, and then she leaves in a hurry.
Does this look like it was recent?
Probably about, if you had to gauge time with a plant.
Time of day.
The time of day. The plant would know where the sun
know
is.
where the sun
It was
is.
earlier today, but like earlier as in maybe like 30 minutes, an hour ago.
Oh! Okay, knowing that, Philo's immediately gonna be like, okay, never mind. Turning back around, finding my sister, and immediately, like, on the way out, actually locks the door because she knows that she wouldn't, her sister wouldn't anybody else getting in there. Locks the door, closes it, whatever order that ends up needing to be, and then books it whatever direction she saw her sister go in like that little memory.
Plant vision.
Okay.
Plant vision.
Sounds good. Okay.
Plants see everything.
Plants see everything.
As you continue onward, we're gonna go to our last person to be introduced. It is Luca. You're also in this castle, although you are on the outside grounds. Just what do you think you'd be doing outside? I gotta tell you. So I would say right now you're probably just practicing some martial arts as you usually do.
Hanging out with the bros.
Hanging out with the bros. Can you describe what your character looks like?
Yeah, so Luca, he's a sun elf. He has like the dark tan golden skin, and he's got like bright orange eyes because the sun.
Because of the sun.
Because of the sun. He has black hair that's in like tight curls that are like kind of sort of halo his head in a way. He's got thick eyebrows and close cut facial hair that's well groomed because elves can have beards
Mm-hmm.
in this time.
Yes. I hard ruled that, everybody. You heard it here. Elves can have facial hair.
Okay. And he's wearing like dark red, loose fitting sleeves and pants. But he's got some midriff going on. And there's some little cutouts.
Oh.
But it has different colored ribbons on it that sort of represent the 4 elements that the 4 cities are based on. And he's hanging with his bros training.
Just hanging with his bros.
Put them up.
He's just chilling. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What's your passive perception?
Oh god. 15.
Okay. So as you're hanging out, doing
With the bros.
with the bros, as I've said, or as we've all said like 12 times now,
It needed to be said.
you notice you've been here a while, and you know of pretty much everyone that's kind of normal around here, like who's normal to
The
see.
usual faces.
And you catch a glimpse, and so does a couple of other people, of a figure in a kind of a cloak looking thing, kind of a suspicious looking individual.
Classic suspicious individual.
Whoa.
But it's a like a tall figure, but he's wearing this on his cloak. There is a sigil from a druid clan from Wolven. You would know that's the druid circle. It's the ground druid circle. So he looks suspicious, but he's still
like
wearing
slinking around. Like
not slinking around. It's just, you know, Bruno from
Yeah.
Encanto. You know, like,
I don't know why
Yeah.
I immediately went to Bruno Mars.
Oh my god.
Bruno Mars. Mars.
You know, like Bruno from Bruno Mars. I was like, yeah, I know Bruno Mars.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Not that Bruno.
Bruno Mars.
Talk about Bruno Mars. Anyways, moving on.
What's he doing?
Anyway, so he's just walking, and he's walking kind of fast.
Like with purpose.
With purpose, towards the main entrance, and some people have stopped him, and he gets in a kind of an argument, but not, like, you can't necessarily hear him from this far away, but he's pointing to here, pointing to there, and like, trying to essentially get in to the castle.
I elbow whatever guy's next to me.
Go for it.
Dude, our number one.
Marcus. You know what's going on over there.
It's Marcus now. Marcus knows. Okay.
Ever seen that?
My God. Is that Eric? I think.
What?
Is that Eric?
I'm going over there.
Yeah. Marcus not so subtly follows behind you just a little bit.
When I walk up, I like grab his shoulder and turn him around to be like, "Is this Eric?"
It is Eric. You would recognize him.
You fucking explain.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just listen to me for one moment. Come here. And he brings you off to the side. And he's like, Marcus, go the fuck away. Boy, go.
Marcus, just go.
Walks away. And it's just you two. And you're off onto the corner, pretty much off to the side kind of thing. And
What's the story?
you know how I've been
You.
with... Yes. And I haven't been here in a while.
I noticed.
And I would not betray Yavin and purposely break the banishment order. But I was visited by someone. By three spirits.
The fuck?
And she will come soon.
The fuck?
And okay. Listen, just trust me. Just okay. I'm gonna sound like a nut.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound
Or not.
crazy. Yes, but this woman, this old, she claims to have a solution to Yavin's problem. I know, but how many things have we tried? Have they tried already?
What the fuck are you doing here?
I came because I know what she's going to try to say. It's some sort of quest that she's going to want to go, and I think this is an opportunity that I can
To ingratiate yourself back.
to at least make it up to him. The last time I saw the man, it didn't end well, and
No, it didn't.
I would at least try to be friends again.
That's all fine and good. Why do you have to bring the little problem into it? Who's this old woman? You know her? You're talking like you know her, but I have a feeling you don't.
I can't answer that question. Roll persuasion.
But can you? Crit.
What'd you get?
Natural 20.
I call
You
it.
summoned it.
Plus 1, but like
Oh my
natural
God.
20.
I am a cleric. I divided to think that.
Thank you for the
Crit.
guidance.
Okay.
I don't even know you yet, but
You feel an owl presence.
An owl.
You feel an owl. Call out to you through the ether. Persuade.
You got this.
So as he goes, I can't tell.
Okay, well maybe I can't tell you.
You're gonna have to if you want me to
Alright.
even let you into the building.
So you'll let me into the building if I convince you.
I guess that's what that means, sure.
Alright. This woman is a seer. A prophecy seer. And she showed me the vision that she saw. And there is truth to it. I have looked.
Minor illusion.
She first went to Wolven and conducted a sermon with the Druid Circle there. You know how in the further linkings, how they do this, Calix can explain this better than I can, but they can like touch the ground and see different places, and she claims that there is a magical object that can grant them an heir, but a powerful one, deep within the viridescent wilds. And the druids checked.
She's seen it.
Yes,
You've seen it.
we saw it in the vision.
That doesn't count.
In the sermon. The druids saw it. I traveled here with her. She had to go talk to someone first and said that we would meet up, but
Who?
I don't know. I didn't
I
ask.
feel like that's kind of important.
Just point it. And in this moment, you feel a presence. It's like something that is here that's not normally here, and it's not like a normal kind of presence appears. And he looks up. There she is. And it's just this woman. It's just an old woman, you know, standard auntie-looking
Marcus,
babushka.
come back!
You know, yeah, it's a human woman.
Is Marcus still within earshot? He was probably
Yeah.
eavesdropping.
Oh yeah. How much did Marcus hear? Oh, Marcus.
Marcus not good.
Marcus don't get the crit.
Marcus.
Only you were blessed.
Marcus didn't even fake to eavesdrop.
Aww.
Um,
You heard nothing.
Yeah. As you say that, and he comes to you, and I assume you go up to this old woman.
Yeah. What is it? Marcus, watch Eric.
You talk to this woman. Hello.
Hello.
That boy over there said that I could.
Eric.
Yes. Nice young lad, isn't he?
No. Nice Eric.
Well, I saw a vision, and I convened with the closest druid circle that I could see. Well, you know, where I was. And that just happened to be the circle of the ground. And in this circle, I told them of my vision. A vision that could help their king and queen with their problem.
And where did this vision come from? Exactly.
My child, there are some things that just happen. You are not from here, are you? You are not blessed by the hex field. You cannot see visions in the way that some that are naturally blessed with abilities can. You don't get the vision.
Right. So you haven't actually seen this artifact in person?
Not in person,
Right.
but practically.
And practically.
Would you like me to show you?
No! I think you wait here with sweet Eric. Marcus? Get whoever you can. I'll be back.
Okay.
So anybody know where Philo is?
One of the maidservants, as you guys you're walking around and asking this.
Yeah.
One of the maidservants does tell you where Philo is. She's in the room overlooking the garden. You go right. There's Philo. She just got
She's
here.
in there?
Yeah, she just got here.
Oh wait, was this
This was
Happening at the same time.
these things are all of this is happening at the same time.
okay? So this was before. So I didn't actually get to leave before he came in.
No, you have gotten to your destination.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That you left the room.
Confusing.
Philo.
What?
I need your opinion on thing. You remember Eric?
Yeah, I
You
remember.
heard about him?
Yes.
He showed up with some old woman claiming to know of an artifact that she's had a vision about that can solve the little problem.
Does this sound like complete BS to Philo?
Whew.
It's only told 20 times already.
Can you roll an intelligence check for me? And then also a wisdom check.
Yeah.
What's intelligence?
Intelligence is gonna be a 15,
Okay.
and then wisdom is gonna be a 16.
Okay. So you're smart enough, book smart enough to understand that this sounds like any classic old woman that's a mage that's trying to make a quick buck, right? Like, that's kind of common. Wisdom is, if you're not careful, your sister and your brother-in-law might just hear her out for anything.
This is a bad idea, right?
So I don't think that we.
Because seers do exist.
Yeah.
That's not a lie.
Like,
It's
if we
just-
bring them to Naya and Yavin,
But
they're just gonna believe whatever she says.
I don't think that we would be able to turn her away without them finding out. And I think that it would be better if we were there with them.
Obviously.
I'm a little worried that this is going to send them down another spiral.
Yeah. Do you know where they are?
My sister ran off a little bit ago. I've been trying to find her.
Alright, well, come with me. Let's make sure they're not with the old woman currently.
Yep, Philo's gonna follow immediately. Like, as soon as you say that, she's like, oh shit.
Hope's been given an idea.
I know, right?
I shouldn't have said anything.
And that
Did her sister
We
manage
have all the wood.
Yeah, we have all the wood on this side. Did her sister
Sorry,
manage to
Stuart.
find her?
Anyway, and that's where we'll
Wait, what?
call a break.
Oh.
Okay. Welcome back. All right. Last where we left off, these two were making sure the king and queen were not being cornered by this woman.
Not being bamboozled.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and say you look around for a while. They are not in the courtyard that you guys were near,
No, they
nor were they in the courtyard outside.
Mm-hmm.
They were actually in the throne room.
not in the golden radius.
No.
Not yet.
So the king, Yavin, and his wife, Brinalea, which you two know as Naya, were just chatting in there. There seems to be a handful of guards that were outside where you were, talking with the king, as well as some, of course, maidservants and such, kind of gossiping off to the side, whispering, yada yada yada.
Philo absolutely shoots the maidservants like a glare of like, what are you doing?
They don't really do it. They just kind of glance at you and
You know what they say about
continue
loose lips.
talking amongst themselves, but they do walk out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you two do?
She's immediately making a beeline to her sister.
Damage control.
Philo,
I
I see you've got my message, but
that
sorry I didn't meet you where I told you you'd go, but Yavin and I were, he told me, and then he goes, kind of interrupts us. We were being told by the guards that there's some sort of woman here, and someone I'd rather not see again. Oh, love, it's fine. What, did you see them?
I spoke with her briefly.
What did she say?
Well, my impression, given Eric was very gung ho about how great she was or something. I wouldn't put too much faith in her words.
Sister, remember back when we were more at home and things like that, and like during the festivals and stuff, there would be people who would try to come and do fortunes and things like that, and just, we can try hearing her out, but please don't.
You think we should hear her out?
Don't get your hopes up. I don't know how much
It's
I
alright.
trust this.
I don't have much hope left.
I don't trust her.
I worry that it is more of a charlatan rather than a true seer.
Even if it is just a charlatan, we should at least try to hear her out.
Yes, of course. I just, please, don't.
The king, Yaman, turns to one of the two guards that came in. Bring the woman in, but do not let the other one in. And the two scurry off. And you can tell Yavin just is to describe what he looks like. Once upon a time, he was very... These people are not necessarily old. They look to be, like their 30s. Maybe closer to being like physically looking like maybe 34-ish. But at the same time, he looks tired. And the weight of the world is upon his shoulders, and he walks as if it is there. His armor clinks. It's the only thing that brings him really joy. It's a handful of things, and one of those is the intricate armors that he's had made over the years, of friends that he's traveled with, places that he's seen, trinkets that he wears as memories of time long since past. And he sits on his throne, kind of half-heartedly awaiting this person to be brought in. He has a little bit of tannish skin, a little bit more, closer to darker than a lighter tan. And he used to have a well-shaped beard, but now it's more stubble, a little bit more overgrown, less kept. His hair is wavy, black and a little wavy. Again, his hair used to be trimmed back, but now it's barely kept. Kept enough for a king, but not for someone that really cares about themselves. The queen, on the other hand, is dressed beautifully. She is like a shining pillar of sunlight, or her outfit is, at least. It almost overtakes her. as a person, as if the outfit is wearing her, not the other way around. And she has a sister throne to his, and she sits down elegantly, but almost like a piece of fabric that has floated to the ground and fallen so elegantly, like a ghost. And she looks like you a little bit tanner as well, but pale, like a gray undertone. And that's maybe not necessarily because of who she is, but who she is.
She's become very ashen.
She has a lot of heavy makeup on, and her handmaids have tried to cover up a lot of what she might be feeling on the inside with a lot on the outside. But she has long black hair that is very straight, and she sits. Yavin's supposed to look this, right? And she's probably sitting like this, and her eyes are almost glassy, kind of looking. But you know your sister, and unfortunately and you know her too, and she's your friend, but you can tell there's a little glimmer of something in there that maybe whatever this is can help her. As time goes on, you probably stand off to the side. You probably stand near your sister.
Yeah, she stands off to the side of the throne, kind of just sitting there very nervous.
Mm-hmm. And Eric does not come in. He respects the wishes. But this woman comes in, and she sways a little bit. There's almost like a limp in her step, just like a little bit. And I didn't really describe what she necessarily looked like. She's an old woman, but she's got a deep ebony skin with small. Now that she pulls her hood down, she has this beautiful, like, kind of long, flowing, tight, curled hair that looks like silver and glistening. And she looks up, and her eyes, now that they're not so hidden, are silver, entirely silver. And there are small little scales about onto the side that go here, all the way down. Almost like a draconic sorcerer might have.
How far away is this lady from me, would you say?
Oh, she's in like the middle of the throne room. So you guys are probably about 15 feet away.
Cool.
Like, this is a big place. And she's in a safe distance. Like everyone usually that is brought in is at a safe distance.
Phila's actually going to subtle spell detect magic.
Okay. What you detect, the specific school of magic, right? Mm-hmm. School of magic. It is divine. It is divine. 1 second. There is no illusion. I want to make that clear. There's no illusion.
Okay.
Divination.
It is divination, but like I just want to make sure. Let me check something real quick. There are some little bits and pieces of enchantment, but that's like magic items.
Yeah, magic items.
Things. But for the most part, she almost oozes divine in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But
she's just gonna keep note of that and keep note of any magic going on around them.
My lady, I have heard of your problem. It is nothing to be ashamed of. I have seen vision gifted to me by the old gods. A way to help you if you will listen. And as she moves her hands, it's almost like just so eerie in like a, ooh, she's got something. And I need to stress, she's looking at the queen. Yavin is kind of like a secondary thought. She does not address him. And she perks up, and Yavin looks at her, and he goes to say something, but she grips the throne and leans in. Yes. What? What vision have you seen? And then she asks, may I approach a little closer?
Why?
She doesn't listen to you. She doesn't listen to you. Like, she doesn't acknowledge
Philo
you.
kind of gets partially in front of her sister, but not fully, just partially, so then she is in the way if this lady gets
Yeah.
next to her sister.
Your sister goes, what? Yes. Come. No, and she doesn't get right up next to her. She merely moves 5 feet closer. This is what I will tell you. There are 4 steps to this vision. The first I will tell you now. And in this room, all of a sudden, there is a barrier. Everything goes black. Yeah. And there is light. Almost like we would think just whatever. Like a kind of a spotlight almost.
I will say Philo reaches behind her to make sure her sister's still there.
Mhm. And just for funsies, I know detect magic doesn't. Is it? How long does it last? Is it
10 minutes.
10 minutes. This is not illusion. Any of these. It's still divine. All this is still divine. For divinity.
Is it divination or
Yeah, divination.
like cleric magic?
Divination.
By divine divination.
Mhm.
Not cleric magic.
Okay.
Move it over.
As she speaks, her hands are behind her. Like, she does this, and then there's like giant shadows of her hands that are behind her. And these shadows shift into shapes matching whatever she says. 1. Let the mightiest of warriors set forth into the viridescent wilds, far north, where the trees breathe and the shadows linger, to seek this fabled object. This object you see is called the Heart of the Forge.
Name dropping already.
Their strength, these warriors, will be tested by beasts and the land itself. But they shall find what none have returned with, the heart, as bright and ancient as Belani herself. But be not fooled. This was no creation by a mere angel as her. No. And the shadow that appears is almost inconceivable. Like, it's hard to describe. No. What ye see was crafted by a long dead goddess whose name has been forgotten to time. And there's a fire, an intense flame that overtakes this shadow, and just for a brief moment looks to be the silhouette of a woman, but then disappears. And as she closes her hands, everything goes back to normal. And you, my dear. And all of a sudden, she feels the queen and her hair moves. Almost like she is herself. The hand is moving like this. Like the lady's hand is doing this. But she's over here.
Mm-hmm.
You, my queen, your embrace will carry the weight of if this succeeds or not. That is all I will tell you for now. I don't want you to get your hopes up if this fails. I will tell you the next parts when you return with the heart. And the king is intrigued. And the queen is intrigued. She had shivers, almost.
Do none of them like, how does this benefit us? We get the heart. What does it do for us?
Let me get there. The queen. Amazing. But what does that do? What is this heart? And what does this forge mean? In due time, my darling. Because this prophecy, if you fulfill it, this object, it will grant you what you desire the most. I promise you that. And if it fails, if it does not work, you may execute me. And the king leans back to his throne.
I will say Phila right now looks very worried, but also like confused because she's not only processing this, but also the fact that all of that was divine magic. So she's like, okay, maybe this is legit.
Mm-hmm.
Luca's just standing over there like, oh.
If this really is to solve our problem, it is worth the risk. We have tried everything else. But I do not trust just any envoy to go into the Viridescent Wilds. That is in the Radiant Empire. Do you believe that we can just waltz in there as humans? And then Naya hears this and turns to you, Luca.
Just next step.
Luca, please go with one of these. Go there with a handful of warriors, even, and go. Please get them in.
Right.
You can do it, right?
For sure. I was just going to say, should we maybe, like, counsel a little bit with her not here?
We don't have time for a council!
Naya, I know that you are struggling, but perhaps discussion would be best.
And the king.
Figuring out the plan might be a good idea.
He takes her hand and she holds it tight back. And the king gestures to some of the guards who are very like, you. And he points to the woman. You will be held here. Not necessarily in a jail, but in quarters. As you wish, my lord. The guards take her, and she exits. She willingly goes. She's chilling, whatever. And in this moment, as she's leaving, Mr. Man sneaks into the room. Eric comes in. My lord! What? What do you want? Why are you here? I helped this woman get here myself. I guided her here. Let me help. I know the prophecy says to send the warriors off. I'm one of them. Let me make it up to you.
And how do we know that you are not just saying that?
The king stands up. I guess I'll find out if you really mean it. I'll go with you. What? I will go. I don't trust a damn person in this town to do their job. If you want something done, you do it yourself.
Philo
That's what
steps over to him.
Your Majesty, you should stay here.
Philo, with all due respect, you need to be with your sister.
No, she needs you more. I can go instead.
No,
Why? You need to run your kingdom.
you know why. And there's no one else in the room, so he feels comfortable bringing this up. This. And he opens up your hands, and obviously there's
Still scratches
signs
and stuff.
This is not normal. You cannot walk around. You can barely walk around this city.
Alright. So, I guess we've just unanimously decided that we're going. Fine.
What she used was only divine magic. It was not illusionary. It was not anything of the sort. It was only divine. That is the only reason I am entertaining it.
Alright.
Luca? You want to listen to Naya? Pack up.
Yes, sir.
And Eric, you get one chance. And I am only humoring you because of our past friendship. And I know that you are a capable warrior.
I know that you do not want me to go, but me being here when I could possibly be helping elsewhere, when you could be running your kingdom. And I have ways to cover up my tracks now.
Naya comes up and grabs your arm. No, absolutely not. I will not let you go. And she grips your arm with like a strength you didn't know she had, almost like a desperate grab, as if you were falling off a cliff.
Your Majesty, I'll speak with her for a moment. I pull Philo's side. I'm like, okay. Obviously, this is bad. But we cannot have the king going. I think he might need to do this for himself. And you need to stay with Naya. And obviously she's not going. I can't help her. But I can help him.
I need to help though. I want to help.
You're helping.
I don't want to just sit in a castle all day when I could be out there helping you. What if you need magic?
That's why we help Eric.
Eric is magic, man.
I know my powers are not super controllable, but you're going in a jungle. You want to remember what my first power was?
You're not just sitting in a castle. You're keeping your sister from me. That's a very difficult.
And we're
Okay.
sending the king on possibly a death march.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? Tie him down?
Try to convince him. You could help me.
Have you looked into his eyes?
Yes, and you know what? We can try to at least try.
Oh.
Thank you.
If you're waiting for the king, he's already gone. Him and Eric are already.
You go talk to the king. I'm talking to my sister.
Right.
Naya,
Yes.
I know you were worried and you were scared, but if I go, I can make sure that everybody gets back safely. I know my powers are still growing, but we also know that I have learned ways to manage them, and if something starts happening and I start growing things, remember I learned how to shift my appearance temporarily. So then I can hide those things.
You have a flare up on your left hand.
She uses alter self to make a point that she can kite it if it flares.
Sister. And she takes both of your hands. I need you here. With me. Yavin is a talented warrior and he has to do this. You don't know what we talk about when it's just the two of us, but it hurts him to know and knowing that he can't do anything. And she pulls you aside, actually, and they go to a separate room that's not in the throne room, so you have more privacy. Listen. Mother has already sent many a tonic, a potion, an object to help me with this. She's even resorted to telling me to not be faithful, to lie. And I haven't listened because I won't do that. I've tried the toxins and they're toxins. Tonics. And I've done what I can do as a woman.
You have.
There are some things that he can do that are different.
But the thing is you two need to be here to run the kingdom. To make sure
There are advisors. There are plenty of people that can be in charge for how long is a month? It's a month. It's a month's trip. They'll go and they'll come back. And it will be fine because then we will have the second step. Yes, the second one will be needed and I can do my part because she said the next part relies on me. Please, just be here. Help me keep my head on straight, sister. Don't leave me. If I lost all three of you,
that's why I want to go, so then he can stay here with you.
but I can't lose you. I love Yavin, you know that.
Yes,
But you have always been in my life. Ever since the day you were born.
And you've seen how my power has grown and how I've been able to control it more and how I've been able... I now know magic to allow me to escape from situations.
You will stay here. If you attempt to leave, I will do... Please don't make me...
No, I won't. I won't.
Alright.
I just want you happy.
You take that moment to yourselves. Is there anything you would like to do?
Where'd the king and Eric go?
They went to go get supplies, make a plan.
Well, I'm following them.
Okay. I'm going to say, unless you want to do anything else that's specific. Okay, you are with them.
Concern. Very concerned.
Music change.
Yes, a king without a kingdom. A grand.
Becomes the queendom.
Time passes. And the king, Eric, and Luca travel north. One moment. First, they go through Parven, gathering supplies there, making a few stops. And they continue onward to Almuna. And perhaps they stop for a quick moment. For a quick moment with a nice family. Share a meal. And they share a meal. And Luca is so happy that artichokes are here.
Snagging on those artichokes.
You're hallucinating.
It's raw.
You know, I ain't never seen someone eat artichokes like that. That's crazy.
And Faye, your mother, is excited, actually, that the king of Karopole just decided to go through their small town. And that you are on the outskirts of it, closer to Lunstar. You're you're not completely in the middle, but you're on the last area before you get to nothingness.
The greater Almuna area.
Yeah. And you just happened to stop by, ask if they could have some dinner, and perhaps somewhere to sleep before they continue onward. And your mother was very excited, and she said yes. All the furniture is a little small for them, but it's okay.
Everything is small. This is a house of only gnomes and halflings.
Yeah.
It's not small, they're just big.
Yeah. Tallest one we got here is Paul.
How tall's Paul?
Oh, hi, Paul.
It's like a 5 foot.
Oh.
Which for a halfling,
That's pretty tall for a
it's
halfling.
real tall.
Yeah, this is pretty tall.
They're all like, yeah, it's pretty tall.
He gets things off the shelf. As they continue traveling further and further, they stop in Linstar, where you were actually born, but your family moved to Parven much later. After that, you come across a few small problems of the Sun Elves there being the half and half okay
Yeah, with me.
with it. They're a little concerned. The king does have to put on a disguise, you know. We can't have Yavin of Karopole necessarily be out on display. But
Just his little mustache and glasses.
yeah, you successfully do a lot of deception checks. You succeed and continue on north, just outside of the grand city of Soulfire, the capital of the Radiant Empire. But just before you get there, you can see it upon the horizon. You're actually going to the east, just a little bit to the right, onto a pathway into the grand jungle that is known as the Viridescent Wilds. That's iridescent with V. The Viridescent Wilds. And you go in, and you come out. You are bloodied and scarred, partially. You don't remember where you got any of this, and you look at yourself and you feel weak. Almost like a part of you is missing. Parts of you can't remember a lot of things. You remember who you are and where you're from, but your body doesn't work like it used to. You haven't aged like you think. And you look over to your right, and you see Eric on the ground. And again, this is just outside the jungle a little bit. And he's clutching something. He's on his knees, and he's panting, and he holds this giant orb, this big. It looks like a geode, kind of giant rock. And he looks, he's like shaking. What happened? Where's Yavin? And you look around. You call his name. Nothing. He's nowhere to be seen.
You don't remember?
I don't remember anything.
I don't either.
What are we supposed to do now? Is this it? Is
I guess.
and you both get this ping of something in your brains. Just a boom, boom. This is the heart of the forge. Whatever you did, you succeeded in your mission. You have it. But you don't have Yavin.
Are any of the other guards there, or is it just the two of them?
The Soulstone
It was just the two of them. It was just the three of them. I should clarify.
Oh, okay.
It was just the three of them.
They should have brought like a small army with them. They could have.
There was a lot of political reasons why they did not.
That's
Akin, a small army heading north to the Radiant Empire.
Fair.
Well,
At least
they're
bring
at
like
war
one or
with
two of their
everyone.
best soldiers. Like bring like their best fighter in our like bring someone else. Hey, just 3 people.
They did bring their best warrior. You say Lucas not a good warrior?
Bring the second best as well. Just to have more
The
people.
level 3, whatever.
Who said it?
Who said Luca was
Oh, are
level
you level
3?
Yeah, no, they're weaker now. They feel like there's parts of them missing.
Oh yeah,
They were
Luca.
a level 15 fighter. Maybe.
Yeah, Luca was a higher level. You wouldn't know
Oh.
that. Mm-hmm. So as both of you freak out, Erica he sets it down.
All right.
Fuck! What are we gonna do? I can't go back there. They're gonna think we killed him. They're gonna think that we killed him.
Maybe somebody can, if we get back, tell them what happened. Somebody can scry or divine on him, and we'll find him. Because we can't do that. So let's just make our way back. I'll vouch for you.
Roll a persuasion. Roll a persuasion.
they not think to give these people sending stones to be able to tell people back home what's going on?
No. It'll be.
It doesn't matter what you say, that my head will be on that block. And he looks over. He sees the stone. He picks it up.
So what? You're just gonna disappear?
It's what I do best.
Obviously.
And he just starts walking. And then he pulls something out of his side and cracks it.
Fuck you.
And then disappears. And that is where I'm going to say we're going to call it for this first session. It's a good ending. Good stopping point. What's the ending? What's the ending, guys? What's the ending? What do I say?
No matter the
Yeah.
outcome.
Oh.
At the dice roll.
And what is it? What is
boy.
it?
No matter the
That's
outcome.
it for tonight.
Oh, that's
It's
it for
Yeah.
tonight.
We got there, guys.
It's it for tonight.
No matter the outcome,
matter the
always
outcome.
let the dice
Dice
roll.
roll.
Woo!
Yeah.
else in there?
Whatever that
Oh
was.
shit.
Left arm.
Bye.